During a brief pause while waiting for the subway, a woman took a few sips of hard liquor. However, this seemingly ordinary action nearly cost her her life. When Mary opened her eyes again from her drunken stupor, she discovered that the once crowded subway station was completely empty. Had she missed the train? With that question in mind, she quickly rushed to the first floor, only to find, as expected, that there was not a single person in the station. Even more shockingly, all the exits were tightly locked. It was then that she realized the staff had already gone home for the night. Mary's heart instantly filled with panic, as she had never experienced anything like this before. But just as she was at a loss for what to do, she suddenly heard the sound of the last train slowly pulling into the platform. Without hesitation, she swiftly ran downstairs and managed to slip into the carriage in the final second before the subway departed. However, she failed to notice a blurry figure that had followed her into the last carriage. Sitting on the subway, Mary silently rejoiced, thinking she would soon be able to go home and rest. But her joy was short-lived, as the train inexplicably screeched to a halt after just 2 seconds. Even stranger, the carriage doors did not automatically open. Since there were no passengers in the entire carriage, Mary had no choice but to slowly make her way forward, one carriage at a time. She thought about heading to the driver's cab to seek help, but despite calling out for a long time, no one responded. The peephole was reversed, so Mary couldn't see what was happening inside the cab. Unbeknownst to her, the driver had already left this world, his body covered in blood. In the next moment, before Mary could even react, the carriage's electrical system suddenly malfunctioned, plunging her into darkness. The instant blackout made Mary's hair stand on end. Fortunately, at that moment, she noticed a glimmer of light coming from the carriage behind her. It appeared to be the illumination from a cell phone. Initially, she thought it might be a maintenance worker and was overjoyed, feeling like she had grabbed a lifeline. She walked over and started chatting with the person. However, they remained silent and even began inching closer to her, step by step. Mary felt extremely uneasy, and her instincts told her she needed to leave immediately, but she was so nervous that she tripped and fell. It wasn't until the person approached her that Mary was shocked to discover the tall man in front of her was her co-worker, the same one who had followed her onto the train. At the office, this man would always stare at Mary's sexy body, lost in thought. To get close to her, he had resorted to despicable means to manufacture a chance encounter. The co-worker swallowed hard and immediately proposed that he and Mary become friends. Then, he pushed her to the ground. Just as Mary was about to face danger, the carriage door miraculously opened on its own. In the next second, her damned colleague was dragged off the train by a mysterious force. After a short while, he crawled back up, his face covered in blood. With his last ounce of strength, he said to Mary, "Run!